So here's the deal. If you've watched a lot of my videos, you know that I don't really like to use NFL quarterbacks, especially in game. When Aaron Rodgers throws trick shots and dude perfect, or Brett Favre's and Wranglers slinging the ball at DBs, yeah, we got to look at that. But NFL quarterbacks in game situations, film, for purely mechanical breakdowns, obviously there's plenty of stuff we can get from them. But when we're strictly talking about mechanics, I don't think it's a great thing to look at and use it as an example. One, there's so many variables in every NFL play. I would rather look at just the base optimal mechanics that they use on just a throw from point A to point B. And also, these are the greatest guys in the world at what they do at throwing a football. If you're a big Tom Brady, Marcus Mariota, Joe Flacco, who knows, if you're a huge fan of theirs, and you try to emulate exactly what they do in their throwing motion, it very well might not be able to work for you. They are adult men, they're strong, they're as talented as can be, and their mechanics might not hold up for a middle school, high school kid. So saying that, I had a guy on YouTube ask me to do a Marcus Mariota breakdown. I said sure, found a YouTube video, took a couple plays, talked about a couple points with him, and looked back over it and said, this is pretty good. So here's that. This is the unintentional Marcus Mariota analysis.
Okay, so I just found a YouTube video. I believe this was week 2, all of his throws in week 2. I found a couple things that I can talk about and look at. Hopefully they're interesting you, they're cool. Watch how the ball works away from his body. So I'll show you a better angle on the next throw, but just that I'd rather that be tighter as he pulls it back, because right now it works away from his body as it goes up to the L position. The big issue he has right here is really this whole front leg. It's in the way. We talk about concept of the midline. You can't step right on that line straight to the target because the lower body's done right now. Once he puts his foot on the ground right there, his upper body's got to take over. And you can see how, you can see the number on his chest and his shoulders. They start to take over the throw. The ball gets slightly behind his head, and he has to get it out. Doesn't have a very good rotation through. The back foot kind of swings around a little bit. Still makes a good throw. So no big deal. Then on this throw, I hate the hop into this final step, by the way. He's just not ready to throw from there. Just hopping back, feet real close together. Then he tries to get into a base as he needs to move. But anyway, as he comes through here, see the ball's going to work away from him again. And then as he does that, you can see the nose of the football go down. And so he gets to a perfect 90-degree L position, but because that nose is pointed at us right now instead of back, he can't just take his arm and shoot his arm through to the target right now, because if he did, the nose would go down. So what he has to do is his elbow comes through a little low, and you tell he gets a little wide with his wrist. His wrist is outside his elbow a little bit. That gets the nose up, but it's just not ideal. And then his arm does a funky, you can see it kind of goes this way. I believe that's called supination, instead of going this way, the pronation. So that's a little different. And I remember always seeing pictures of Mariota in this position with that wrist curled. Still a good L position, but doesn't really mean much if the wrist angle is not in a very good spot. Now he still throws a great ball, great placement, maybe a little on the wobble side, which would make sense with the wrist angle. Yeah, nose is going down and up a little bit, but still a great ball. And that's kind of why I don't do all this that much, do these breakdowns of NFL guys. I might get a super Mariota fan, and he wants to be just like him, and so he wants to do that, but he doesn't have the strength, the talent, the speed to make this work, and now he's messed up for it. So just hope that that was interesting to you, and hope you learned something. And if I can do anything else, just let me know. Appreciate it, man.